find a place for them either. So we're gonna save. Let's grab a Coke. Got Woodchuck and Heineken. What's a Woodchuck? Like, what type of beer is it? I've never heard of that one before. Is it just your basic lager, or it's a cider? So King, like, where are you? Where do you come from? You US or you Europe? You just North America? I don't know. To me, that's very much the same for most things. It's very hard for me to drink light beer. It's pretty hard for me to drink lagers as well, just because so many lagers are very flavorless, I guess you would say. Which is very odd because they're always so easy for people to drink, and then you hand them something with a lot of full body and flavor, and it's just, it's like blech to them. But as I've gotten older, unless I'm going to a barbecue, like, my all-purpose, like, just refreshing beer is like a Dos Equis, like a Spanish lager, because if you're just trying to get refreshed and to just drink, it's a pretty good one to have. My all-purpose just drinking beer would probably be Newcastle. It has a lot of flavor. It's almost like drinking soda to me. Like, it's that sweet. But if I really want to drink a beer and enjoy it, like enjoy it, I usually grab stouts or porters. What else? Stouts and porters are really the big ones, actually. Yeah. Brown ales in general, like Newcastle, are also pretty good. If you've never had them before, we have Yard House down here. I'm not sure if they've made it to Florida or if they have them down there. But they do a thing, it's a beer float. It's essentially like a double chocolate stout, Young's double chocolate stout with like vanilla bean ice cream. And it didn't sound that appetizing when I first heard it, but I was like, I saw it on the menu and I was like, if they have it on here, it's gotta be good enough that they would keep making it, because like, why would they make something that people complain about or that doesn't sell? So I tried it and that was actually really, really good. Sponsorship. Can I get those? Can I get the sponsorship now for Yard House? I mean, they could just pay me in beer if they want to do that. Yeah, there's certain... As far as what types of beers I don't like, it's hard for me to drink IPAs. I just don't really enjoy the flavor of them as much. Typically, I think it's just white beer or wit beer. Not wheat beer, but it's like white or wit. I can't do those. They're just too peppery for me. But those are pretty much the only two beers that I just can't really do. I can't stand. Oh, I'm California, U.S. Shigen is Germany. So I don't know if he's gonna be like, I don't know if he's gonna go all elitist German beer on us or not. Hopefully he doesn't, because it's kind of a to each his own for this type of stuff. I mean, I say that in jest, but it just amazes me how many people, like, everybody says that shit about Americans. I've met plenty of foreigners that have also been a lot like that. Hold on a minute, guys. I actually got a phone call as well. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, to me, it's just... I've been really unimpressed with a lot of beers that I've tried. And that's not to say that I'm very, like, just unusual picky. It's just I don't think... I think many of them taste the same. You know, or taste so very similar that it's just not worth your time to invest to develop your palate to tell the difference. Unfortunately, travel over oceans tends to be pretty rough for beers, and really any spirits. Even traveling across the country is a big issue. Like, if you go to breweries in the United States, like, not that it's my favorite beer by any stretch of the imagination, but having a Budweiser from, like, a bottle that you get at a store is way different than having, like, Budweiser out of a draft at the factory or whatever. It's just an entirely different taste. I hate both of them. Budweiser is not my favorite of beers. But it has its place for beer pong, you know, as a cheap beer that you can just toss in a cup. I've also heard that, like, every country hates their national beer. Like, especially the ones that, like, get exported. Like, there's plenty of Aussies that I've talked to that are like, nobody drinks Foster's, it's fucking terrible. We don't know why that's the beer that you guys get. You know, we ship out Budweiser and Coors and Miller. I think Molson's is Canadian, and that's terrible too. It's just, ugh. Maybe Hefeweizen? Or Hefeweizen? There's a few different types of wheat beer, but that tends to be one of the most common. Yeah. We got a really, I think it's a really decent one here. It's called, it's the Widmer Brothers one. It's, unfiltered, is probably its biggest characteristic visually. So it's not like a clear Hefeweizen, it's, you know, cloudy. And that was like probably the first Hefeweizen that I've tried, and really good, especially if you haven't had Hefeweizen with orange. It is excellent. I like never drink it without it. It's almost like drinking a Spanish lager without, you know, a lime or something. It's just, you can do it, but it's so much better with it. Personally, I find when I drink Spanish lagers with lime, it tastes kind of like cereal we have in the States called Fruity Pebbles.